Now that I've got a biltong box, it's time to make some biltong.
Okay, so I used this chuck tender roast I picked up at Walmart. I couldn't find any London broil, so I got this. The ingredients you're gonna need are red wine vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, worse than the Shire, worse than your sister, black pepper, salt. I'm not putting coriander on this, I'm putting smoked paprika. It has to be the smoked or it's not gonna taste like anything. A little bit of chili powder and some garlic powder. So I cut the strips with the grain, about as thick as my finger, you know, and then I got to a point where the grain was running in the other direction, so I wanted to cut with the grain on all of it, and I just made some small pieces there. I mixed the red wine vinegar and the worse than nice sister sauce up, and I doused all the meat with it, liberally. And I'm just putting on the spices here, you know, to taste, however much you want. But a lot of black pepper, and it looks and smells great at this point, y'all. I mean, you think you could just eat it now, but I'm putting it in a bag and I'm gonna let it sit in the fridge overnight. Took it out of the fridge. I bought these coated paper clips here. They're really big, so I just cut them up and made them look like this. So I made a hook on one end and then I made a hook face in the other direction on the other end, so that when you hang the meat, it's all gonna be turning sideways. I took a piece and weighed it and labeled it because I'm also gonna measure how much this stuff weighs after a couple of days, because I'm trying to get at least 50% moisture reduction. That's a good way to know if it's done or not. So as you can see, I did get a lot of moisture out of it, and this is what it looks like on the inside. This would be considered wet because it's still kind of red. I like that, but the outside was kind of tough.
All right, smells really good. Smells really good. Smells kind of like teriyaki, a little bit like beef jerky. It looks a little drier than what I wanted it to look like, but I don't know. Let's try it and see. Oh, it's chewy. It's very chewy. So I think there was some taste hardening that happened. It's only been 3 days. It's very good, but it's also, I think, a little too tough on the outside. And I think some of the thinner stuff is gonna be too tough to eat. It's not gonna be manageable. So what I'm gonna do is, I'd rather you can vacuum seal it and put it in the fridge, and that'll help to soften it up a little bit. So I'm gonna spray it with a little bit of my biltong juice, which is the Worcestershire and the red wine vinegar. I'm gonna spray a little bit of that on the outside of it and vacuum seal it and put it in the fridge. I think I had the fan on too high. It's just a little bit of trial and error, so see how my next batch goes.
And that's exactly what I did. Vacuum sealed it and put it in the fridge for a day. It came out, it was completely cooked through this time, but the outside was a lot softer and it was a lot chewier and a lot easier to eat. I'm definitely gonna turn the fan down on my next batch though.
Thanks for watching, y'all.